It's the regular season finale down in Gainesville as Florida State takes on rival Florida in one of the best rivalries in all of college football. Welcome to your official game preview brought to you by shop.seminoles.com. I'm Scott Kotick inside here at Doak Campbell Stadium. When Florida State and Florida meet, the records simply do not matter. It doesn't matter about the injuries. It doesn't matter about anything than what's on the field. And for the Seminoles, they have not forgotten about last year's matchup.
Losing, just them running the ball up and down the field and us losing. And just the feeling that, those seniors had, that the team had, walking off that field, it wasn't a good feeling. The records don't matter, the scores don't matter. At the end of the day, we're going to have to line up and play football, and they're going to bring it.
It's a dogfight. Every time you play Florida or Miami or the big three, when they step on the field, it's always a dogfight. It doesn't matter about how many games you won, who you played last week or who you played the week after that. It's all about in that moment, getting the job done in that moment, and when you step on the field. And they're going to come out there ready to play. Every time you play against a Florida State or Miami, they're ready to go. No matter what record is, no matter who's hurt, it doesn't matter. Those guys, if they're hurt, they're coming to play. They're going to play. So you got to be prepared and keep that chip on your shoulder and go out there and play with the edge.
I mean, their record don't explain the talent that they have and the good coaching they have and the pride that they have. They have pride too. That's the University of Florida. And I mean, those guys are going to play us tough, and we owe them the same respect to come play with our A game. So it's a must that we don't overlook this team and play them like as if it's a championship.
And now for more on the Florida State offense going up against the Gator defense, here's Lane Hurt.
The Seminoles will face their toughest test to date from the Florida defense, ranked number 7th in total defense in the country. Although that Florida defense hasn't been playing as well of late, the Seminoles understand that this is the best that they've seen all season because they recruit the exact same type of athletes that the Seminoles have on their team.
They have probably the best athletes. I mean, they're a great team. Like, people might look at Florida and say, "Oh, their record is this and that," but I mean they're a great team. Obviously, they had some injuries, but I mean these are the guys that were recruited to Florida State too. I mean they obviously chose Florida, and I mean we just got to show them why. I mean they should have came to Florida State.
Very big game. Always a very difficult place to play in Gainesville. One of the most difficult in the country. They will be ready to play. I know they will bring their A game, and we'll have to bring ours.
Getting off to fast starts has been critical for the Seminoles, who have scored 21 points or more in the first quarter in 4 of their past 5 games. Ever since that 17-3 first quarter to Boston College, the Noles have put an emphasis on starting quickly.
After that game, that's when we really took the initiative to starting off fast and getting things rolling. And like I said, when we start off fast, I mean, it's hard to control our offense.
Now for a look at the Florida State defense versus the Florida offense, here's Jonathan Shalacy.
Florida State's defense is allowing just 11.4 points per game, which is good for 2nd in the nation. They also lead the country in interceptions, and they're 5th in total defense. The Florida Gators may be one of the worst statistical offenses this Florida State defense has faced this year, but when these two rivals meet, you throw all stats out the window.
Definitely personal. Florida State, Florida's one of the old, good traditions of college football. So, I mean, it's going to be a very hard-fought physical game.
But the Noles will try and not get too caught up in the rivalry.
Hey, it's all business. We're going to go about our business the way we've been doing it this entire season, 1 week at a time, and it's about the bigger picture. I mean, they're just another stone in the road we have to remove. I mean, respects to them. I take my hat off to them. They got some great talent, great coaches over there, but it's about us. And it's all business.
Kickoff is scheduled for high noon at Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. The entire staff of Seminoles.com will be in attendance to provide you great coverage pregame, during the game, and postgame. It's the regular season finale as the Gators meet the Noles. I'm Scott Kotick for Seminoles.com.